One. Beep, beep.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Stu to the DM, and this is D&D for Friends. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of video. We're going to be doing a analytical video. We're going to give you a little bit more of an idea of our zombie campaign and the kind of rules and mechanics and the differences in terms of the homebrew things that we've added along into this game. And I hope you guys enjoy this different kind of content. For as we're trying to branch off into a little bit of more one-shot type of content and a little bit more of like shorter videos and things of that sort. Some things that are going to be a little bit more fun. Of course, the full-length campaign is going to continue on into season 2, and we're going to have a lot of great new things coming then. Probably by next year we'll have that campaign carry back up again. But for now, we're going to branch off into some other things. We have some one-shot ideas that all of the D&D for Friends have pitched in. And we've been doing a lot of randomized type stuff. And some of that stuff we're going to make videos about upcoming pretty soon. And we also have some other games that we've been playing, and they're official like D&D brand games. Yeah, Dungeon Mayhem. We've been playing that a lot, and we've been getting
licensed products.
We've been getting quite used to playing these sorts of other games. We got Dungeon Mayhem. We have a 5-minute dungeon game. We have some other things. A lot of fun stuff coming at you guys pretty soon here.
What are we going to be doing? Tell them what's new, Stu.
Alright, but so for now, we're going to be on a quick hiatus from our zombie apocalypse campaign. We're going to put that a little bit on the back burner. We're going to finish it off with this episode just coming up. I hope you guys catch it and check it out. And don't forget to look back at our other videos so you guys can stay up to speed on our full-length homebrew campaign. But what we've decided is that we're going to try and branch off a little bit more into some more one-shot content and a little bit more of short-length content. We're going to try to keep our videos in between about 15 to 20 minutes. Some more sort of breakdown content like the kind that you're getting right now from yours truly, Stu to the DM.
Stu to the DM.
What it is, what it do.
What it do.
This is the Tribe of Born Ready, and we are here as D&D for Friends, these 4 friends, trying to share the love of Dungeons & Dragons with you guys, from us, for you. I hope you guys can join in with us. And I know it's going to be a great adventure, and honestly, we're looking for any sorts of feedback that you guys want to give us on what kind of content that you want to see next. So, with our zombie apocalypse game, I know there's been some things that we haven't really been able to fill in for you, and you guys probably have a lot of questions about what's going on in this campaign and who's what and what's going on and where this is, and we're about to answer all those questions for you right here in this video. Stay tuned.
Your host, Philly Banks, we're trying to do what it do. And we're just going to ask some questions to keep it simplified or two.
Hit me with the questions, Philly Banks.
Where and when does this take place?
So, this particular campaign for our Zombie Survivals Kissimmee, it takes place in Kissimmee, Florida, which is the town that we all live in. We've all lived here for most of, if not all of our lives. Like all of us. Every single one of us who plays in this game, we've lived in Kissimmee forever. So, I'm pretty sure I say it early on in one of the earlier episodes that we know this town better than any other local here.
Like the back of your butt.
Like the back of my butt. And absolutely, it takes place in Kissimmee, but it's also a somewhat modern day setting. More of a, I would say, close future possibility. This is an apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse that happens, and it takes place right here in our town, just like it would take place in any other small town across the world. But it impacts the citizens of this town in a special way, because a lot of us have lived here for a long, long time. And having to change our living styles to accompany some new sort of pandemic or epidemic, possibly hard for some and might be a little bit easier for some others.
All right. So, who are the characters playing in this game? Give us a brief explanation.
Well, so what I actually did is I gave my players a little bit of a character idea. I kind of tweaked and homebrewed some of the classes, and I gave them those class options, and then I just told them to wing it with the characters' backstories and who they were, their personalities, identities, all things of that sort. And they did great, amazing jobs with these characters, and I honestly love them all so much. Like, I would actually play any of one of those characters myself in any other game. And we'll get a little bit deeper into their backstories and other videos coming up soon after these. So just be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned. And
Awesome,
you'll get all those videos too as they come. I promise.
All right. For some of our people who don't really know what D&D, Dungeons and Dragons is, what is some homebrew mechanics? What does that mean?
Okay, so what homebrew means is that you've taken some of the rules and you've put your own twist on it and kind of tweaked it and made it somewhat of your own, because as a dungeon master you actually have to try to create your own world. And the way that I did it specifically for this world is I tried to make it make the most sense of what could actually really happen in those scenarios and situations. And I tried to put my players in those actual realistic scenarios and situations and put them to the test and gave them the spotlight when it came time for their characters, not necessarily them, but their characters to do what their characters would do in those sort of situations. And honestly, they do some great and off-the-wall things sometimes that me as a dungeon master, I'm sure any other dungeon masters could relate, that your players do some unexpected things sometimes, but it actually turns out to make great storylines, and I try to incorporate those decisions into the story as it progresses.
How is this different from any normal D&D game compared to, what anybody else does to what we do? What's the difference?
So the main difference, I would say, is the modern day setting. We use things like guns and firearms, explosives, Molotov cocktails, things of that sort. We even use motorized vehicles like motorcycles, cars, things like that are available in the modern day setting. All sorts of firearms too, an array of guns like pistols, revolvers, semi-automatic pistols, rifles, shotguns, and even other small arms like grenades and whatnot, things like that could be obtained. And it just broadens the horizon of things, and it actually becomes more relatable to some people that might view these videos that, hey, yeah, I know what a M1911 is. That's an old school type of pistol, and those things actually quite packed a punch. So had anybody in our campaign ever acquired one of those, we would have known that it was busting off some shots, if you know what I mean. Also, real quick, if I may add, that this is a lot different because I've taken my players' stories, their backstories, into account when incorporating it into the kind of adventure that I want them to have, without railroading them into decisions that they have no other choice but to just go the way that I tell them. I am writing this story as they tell it. This is not really something that I'm making up on my own.
Awesome.
It's all a group effort, and that's one of the main things that I love about Dungeons & Dragons. It's a bunch of friends coming together
And none of
to
it's
tell
really
a great.
scripted, and that's awesome. Besides our characters being our characters.
None of it is scripted. None at all. That's why I think it makes for such a great story.
And last but not least, of the final question, how are you going to make this more interactive for your players and the viewers to like and subscribe or even want to be interested in these sort of games?
That's a great question, and then that's a great question to finish it up on, I think. And my answer to that question is, I want to make this really about people who want to tell a story. Your input matters, your opinion matters, and what you think and how you guys feel matters the most to us. Because any input, any great ideas that you guys can give to us to help make our stories and our adventures better, so that we can give better content to you guys, more enjoyable things will come out of this, as long as we have our fans like you guys telling us what you want. And we're always down for any kind of criticism or feedback, anything you guys are willing to offer to make this adventure with D&D for friends, for you and your friends, even better.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And this has been Stu to the DM and your host, Philly Banks and the Travel Born Ready. Shout out to everybody else in the crew, Steve Lee, Toxic, and Dragon, and all of our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe.